I've hold of making this rant, but I'll finally say it. Anti-Sonic retards are autistic and retarded deranged worthless spurgs with no value to their life, but other than to complain about a franchise for 9-year-old kids. I will not bother repeating what has been said about the personal history of this autistic cult, and their strange obsession for wanting to tear down a product that does not contribute to their actual personal needs. Simply put, the anti-Sonic the Hedgehog fandom or the militant faggots, or the mentally insane turbo-autistic haters are a good example of why our society has fallen so hard. But what do you expect when the Anglo and Jew race is the #1 problems in our world now? Let's get on to shitting on the mentally brain-damaged anti-Sonic tard sub-race. They think it is funny to pick on little kids over liking characters like Shadow. Our old 4chan thread had a bunch of sad and not well in the head rejoicing over a kid's death when his coffin had Shadow on it. Unfortunately, like the rest of them, they got us pained when Trump won the election in 2016. That not I like Trump, but it's a good slice of karma when you do shit like the former. I'll bring up more examples to rail you people up. The VG Cats author was a prominent figure in this community with hate comics about the franchise. But life came at him short when his wife divorced him and he almost committed suicide. Karma is a bitch. Or what about when 3-Pack died drowning in a shallow pool? And you see, those examples happen because you take shit so far over anything made for little kids, for God's sake. And I wouldn't feel bad for any of you doing this shit on the internet and the media eventually get a cruel twist of fate in your face. One thing I'd like to end this off with Yuji Naka being on trial for that Balan Wonderworld and Square Enix debacle, many are wishing him a slow and painful death, or rotting in a prison cell, but should that happen to him at all? Because you think he said hurtful things about the American staff at Sega during the 90s. Even though it was just some bullshit made up by American businessmen, which you advocate for despite they didn't make the games, or you are just a pretend fan who bought into a surface level thinking notion because you want everyone who is also a fan to think of you as a hardcore know-it-all. Miyamoto is 70 years and I think it would hurt a lot of you if he died before Naka. Personally, I don't wish death on Miyamoto despite hating Mario, but I would glee if you got hurt emotionally for gaslighting this shitty behavior. And I believe Miyamoto might have been a puppet master pulling the strings behind this industry turmoil for so long after the discontinuation of the Nintendo 64. Again, I do not wish death on him, but I also believe a puppet master cannot commit his doing for any longer. Also, I hope the Mario movie fails because I want the Mario franchise to go through a slum. Along with the shitty and autistic anti-Sonic the Hedgehog fandom to meet the same level of scrutiny they've been giving the series for years. And their public execution will lead us to a better timeline.